Alright, so let me close this. Just sitting here driving and going down to my hometown to see my family. I've realized something, and it kind of makes me feel weird. I feel very weird. I feel very out of place. And actually, lately, with this, it feels like a new chapter in life for me. But then it also feels like I just can't. It's like that last chapter. I'm reading it, and I keep rereading it to understand, and that's keeping me from going on to my next chapter. But I feel like I'm stepping into the next chapter of life, and it's like going down here. I am going to visit my grandmother. Recently, the beginning of 2024, December 31st of 2024, my uncle passed away. My uncle will be the correct terminology, but I'm going to say is still keeping him here. My uncle is he was the monarch of the family. Definitely for my grandma. Being that my grandma came from a different, like, it's a big family, but it's kind of like with different dads. As Americans with different dads, we still call ourselves, if we all grew up together, we still call ourselves full brother, full sister, although we have different dads. But in other cultures, they do take that serious. And the fact that my other family came from a different father, my grandma wasn't always seen out, but my grandma was always a lot more successful than them. Is just the offspring. My uncle was very just cool dude, blase, just went through life. He never really he did not mind. He gave everything he had. He was a good man, did things, like was always went out, always was doing stuff, always tagged along. We always had something to do. Every weekend we was with my uncle, we always fucking went somewhere. We've always went somewhere. We always went out. Our faces were always shown. And my dad is still in homeland Jamaica, so he's not over here. So my uncle was a father figure for me. Among other father figures I had in my life, I did have male role models in my life. He was a big one because he I from birth being there all the time. So, and please excuse me, man, it's hard for me because this is really the first time I've actually had time by myself to actually open up about this. So even some things that I'm saying is like new to me, so I'm trying to grasp how to feel about it, and I'm trying to not be emotional because I need to go ahead and let this out so I can turn this chapter. So my uncle, we have a super small family on my grandmother's side. Now my grandfather, at my uncle's funeral, I met them. So I do have family on that side, because even my uncle and my dad has different fathers. My grandmother married my grandmother had a child by my uncle's dad, but then married my grandfather, my dad's dad, who had just a year ago for this passed. Anyway, so I'm going out, as I'm going out to see my family, I'm realizing, like, Jesus, what the fuck? While I have another cousin, he's like obscure to all this. He's not really in the picture. I only have one cousin left, because a little after the passing of my uncle, my youngest cousin, his son, passed just 2 months later. I say heartbreak, because he loved his dad. They may have bumped heads, and my oldest cousin and his dad, you know, man being man, may have bumped heads, but my younger cousin did loved his fucking father, bro. And for one day to know this person is healthy, they're fine, they're doing the fuck okay, and then they just peel the fuck over. And one thing that I do hate about life is that, or the idea that I hate about this in life, is that when that person is gone, they may, oh God, when that person is gone, they'll be with you in spirit. No, you don't. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're with you in spirit, but that person is never, you're never going to see that person again. That person is just wiped off the face of the earth. That person will never be your uncle again. You know what I mean? That person will never be your cousin again. That person will, you know, like, so I don't know. It's hard for about passing happened in December. The funeral happened, yeah, because it was like January. It's almost January 1st, which was literally seven days from his 50th birthday. I can't be driving with one, but oh God, I wish this was a nice Irish coffee here. I don't know why my car feels shaky. I need to get in alignment. But sorry, I don't. we gonna get to that. All right, so after so he ended up passing in the end of December, beginning of January, and then my cousin passed my cousin's birthday was in March 13th or 14th, whatever. passed in April. Yeah. So, that was a fucking waste. For me, it's hard. Now with my uncle, going to his funeral, I was able to, look at him, say goodbye. I was able to speak. And the numbness was there. It's just numb, you're just going through the motions, bro. You don't feel anything. It's just like, yeah, let's go ahead and, just, get this part over. And then it came to my cousin, and he passed. And we had the funeral for him, and for him, I could not bear to look at the body. I couldn't do it anymore. Like by that time, with my uncle passing, being so recently. I just lost. I just lost all hope in life. At that point, I became upset. Now, it was a time in the past when I was upset with God, and my life turned to turmoil. So I could not necessarily this time be upset with God, because life is gonna life. But I was upset with life and the creation, of just life itself. I was very upset, very confused, and my main thing was why his direct lineage, why my uncle's direct lineage. And it's crazy to say, but it is what it is. Why not one of our distant relatives? And speaking of, Aunt Mabel passed. Just had her funeral like 2 months ago. So for me, 2025 has been a year of death. 2025 has actually been a complete shitty year now to be. Yeah, even starting the beginning. The beginning started off shitty. Oh, 1 second, let me focus here. I know, yeah, kicking around has been a little too fast. Like, ended really shitty. So, I lost myself, but then I also lost myself again for my grandma, because you just bury your son, and no parent, no matter how much your parent says, and no matter how much a child says, a parent will feel much at peace with themselves, knowing they passed and that their child buried them, or their child. So for a parent to have to bury their child is very uncanny. It's very different, Okay, Team Willa, come on now, sing. It's very very different. So not only did my grandma have to bury her or cremate her son, she had to turn around and cremate her grandson, and then she had to turn around and witness the burial of her aunt. So I wept and I felt for my grandma, if anything else. But I lost myself. I did. I was at one point on a journey. Just I've always been hefty, and I am. I'm a big dude, but I am nice configured for my size. And I was just working on, just smoothing out the edges. And then when something happens like that, it's a whole trajectory. It's like everything just switches and goes somewhere else. So my head was somewhere else. I picked up on eating. I slept a lot. And at this time, now, people will say, oh, I lost myself. Like, bro, I lost myself. Like, I was smoking. Like, I'm a recreational smoker, right? I smoke because I can and I enjoy it. I like to feel relaxed. And literally, bro, I knew I was losing myself when I smoked like 6 blunts back to back to back. It is not funny, but it's like I'd never do some shit like that, dog. I'd never do some shit like that. Like, I don't even feel the high. Like, I'm literally just smoking. Also, my head got very foggy. My head got very, very foggy. I was always losing my train of thought. I couldn't keep focus. I was literally losing myself. And then it got to the point where I had to go back on my medicine. I was actually doing okay. Not on my medicine, I was able to manage. But then it's like I felt scared. And if you have like anxiety, and I wouldn't classify it, at least my doctor my psychiatrist don't classify it as severe, but if you have anxiety, you will know you start to shake really bad, and you just start to want to fold within yourself, and you just want to hide from the world. And for a couple of months, I became agoraphobic, where I literally just went to work and went home. And I didn't realize these things until my mom is like, like, you don't go out no more. And I'm like, I laugh about, like, I don't feel like going out. I don't want to go out, I just want to be home. I just want everything to be boring. I just want everything to be normal. I just want everything to be uneventful. My saying is, no news is good news. So, yeah. But aside from that, I have to pee. to the needy and the gritty. To the needy and the greedy. I love that. That's what I love saying, bro. Get down to the needy and the greedy. But after my uncle passed, I knew it was weird because my dreams got weird. In these dreams, they will be fantastical. They will be very colorful, very bright, very like a Alice in Wonderland thing. Like my body is literally trying to escape the real world and push and thrust me into this new world. Like, I actually felt myself there in my dreams a way I never did before in my life. I could never wake up and remember my dream because I was so well rested that I didn't remember the dream. But with this stress, I was so stressed out that dream, I literally lived it out. That whole dream. And you will still wake up groggy. You will wake up confused. You will wake up sometimes upset. So I slept. I probably slept 15 hours a day. No. Because I probably worked like 12 hours a day. So I probably slept a good 9-10 hours a day. Maybe 11. But I stayed in the bed a lot. And that explained like my recent weight gain. Because I probably put on, and I did. That's the crazy thing. So going to when I just went to the doctor to go get my medicine refilled, and this is full disclosure, last year when I did my weight, I was literally like 290, right? And I maintain. I've always been able to maintain. Recently just went, I'm like 319. And I told myself, like, I don't feel it. But of course you're not gonna feel it. Cause I didn't get it all at one fucking time. It crept up on me. I've been changing my behavior. Like I'm finally starting to go back into my old behavior. Like my drinking my coffee, because my stomach is finally back to the point where coffee don't make me feel horrible. But Coke. I don't drink soda. But I was fucking killing Coca-Colas. And the reason I don't drink soda is because I have a really bad acid reflux. Like, the same reason, like, for most people, I can't eat fucking tomato. I hate spaghetti. I like lasagna, but I have to be careful with lasagna because it has that fucking tomato paste and shit in it. And I can't have that. I cannot have tomato paste. That shit, I'll be up burping. Like, it gives me heartburn. And then it makes you want to burp or like throw it up or something. So anytime I eat anything like that, I eat yogurt, I eat ice cream, something to soothe the stomach. I hope y'all hurry up and pass. You were speeding so fast to get up on me, and now that I slowed down to try to let you go, you want to fucking drive like molasses, Tennessee. But yeah, so for a short while, my dreams went back. I woke up. I remember waking up one day and like being happy because I was like, I didn't remember my dream. Like I slept. I did not remember my dream. And I remember, like, me and my mom always conversate. I always make sure I'm very open with her. And I told her about that. And then my cousin passed. And it happened again. But this time I was running away. And I posted a video. Damn, did I only record it or did I post it too? But I have a video where I have a video where I was talking about this dream and I was running. I was running. I was running for my fucking life. And in that, I felt like I was outrunning death, because I was asking myself, who's next? Who's next? Am I next? Is it a family curse? Is somebody fucking with us? Like, it's so many things, and they sound, crazy and things of that nature, but it's just like, that's where my head was. My head was in that who's next mentality. What's gonna happen next? Who's gonna get hit next? So I hate that. Now, like I said, I'm sharing this now because I just finally, I don't feel back to normal, because even more shit has happened. This is just like 25% of it. So for many years, I've been in college. I've been enrolled in college 2015, 2019. I was in for biological sciences, a bachelor's in biological sciences. Then, just me wanting to help people and kind of wanting to be there, I was like, you know what? I want to be a psychologist. I can help people. I want to be a psychiatrist. I feel like I can help people. But after living in a real world, excuse me, you realize some people just can't be fucking helped. And my thing is, my empathy, I empathize with people so hard that I will bring their emotions with me. And I can't control that. I can't control trying to not feel what someone's going through. And I can't put that on myself. I don't want to see myself going through my whole life to do this and then get to that point and then fall out of love with it, because I'm taking home, people's baggage and things of that nature. I need to stop at a gas. I'm gonna stop at a gas station. I'm gonna try to get to a gas station at a rest stop. But I got 200 miles to go. I can find a gas station. I can get a gas station. Fill up one more time and then I'll be set. So I can't wait to get back home to my girls. I wish I could have brought them with me. But so at work, I fell out of love with work. I started going late and later and later. I started not really caring. My tone to my customers got sloppy. I discontinued carrying myself in a very professional manner like I normally would. I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't give up. I don't care. And I kept, what is this? I kept saying, shit, you know, like, my uncle's life was snatched away from him. My cousin's life was snatched away from him. And you have people out here in this fucking world that don't give a fuck and they're still walking around. You have people out here in this world that's smoking cigarettes by the fucking carton and they're still walking around. So, like I said, I was very cynical. I was very cynical at life. Very upset. And that just it was what it was for the most part. And I can't really say I'm sorry, because I felt the way I felt, and it's fine sometimes to feel that way, but damn stupid. Alright, so I'm about to, alright, so this is part one, but I have to tell you guys the rest of it, because it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. But let me go get some gas and use the fucking bathroom.